Hi everyone! Today I am doing a tutorial on how to pose cats. You can use it for regular pose shows or showing at PKC. I got a few different breeds in my game so that I can show you guys the difference in getting the different breeds to pose. Let me just bring everybody out real quick. Mambo, Nemo. I think that's everybody. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is make sure everybody is fed and not sick and doesn't have fleas and stuff. So we're going to check it over here. Normally I would actually feed everybody and I wouldn't use Petsa just because I feel like it kind of ruins the fun of the game. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to bring everybody out, and if you have a lot of pets to pose, this is the easy way to do it. We're going to make everybody nice and full and make sure their fatness is in a good spot. It's at 60 right now, which isn't bad. I'm going to bring it up a little bit more, about right there. And each one might be different. If they look fat, bring it down. If they look too skinny, bring it up. So 3 of sickness, so we're going to bring that down. No neglect or anything. Everybody is age 100, so all of that looks good. So, they like each other. So now I'm just going to close the game because it's easier than putting everybody away, and reopen it. And we'll just start at the top and work down. So Siamese cats, when you click the camera button, they will not go into a normal cat pose by the use of the camera. How I get my Siamese to pose is I just bring them over here. You want your cat to be a little bit unaligned. They're not like dogs. Let me see if I can get it. So right there, she's pretty aligned, and I just want her just a little tiny bit unaligned. She keeps turning the wrong way, just like that. So you see our paws are, you can see the back paw right there. We're going to grab this shirt. We're just going to put it on, take it off. And the Siamese cats always do this like little shake thing right before they pose. So that's what I'm going to look for. Right there, they do a little shake thing, and then usually they go into a pose right after it. Sometimes they don't, usually they do. She did it again. See if she'll open her eyes back up. There we go. And there we go. So there we got her to go into a pose. It's a pretty good pose. Her chest is a little bit fuzzy and her tail is not completely curved. It could definitely be more curved. Her alignment and legs look really good. And her head looks good. Everything else looks good. It's just her tail and her chest is a little bit fuzzy right there. So we're going to try again. And get her where we want her. You can pick her up and do it, or you can call her to your hand. Just getting a little down too far. I don't like it when I can't see the whole animal. So, you know, it can take a little while for them to pose using this method, but really it's the same for clicking the camera with a dog. So it doesn't take that much more time. Oops. I just messed her up. She might have posed after that one. Come on, Anouk. So there. And if you're impatient, then turn on autosave so you can just take a bunch of pictures and probably get the right tail. Again, she doesn't have it completely curved over her back like she should. Everything else looks pretty good. Even the chest, I think that's about as fuzzy as it normally looks. So we're going to try again. See if we can get a good one this time. There we go. That is a pretty good pose. The tail is nice and curved over the back. The back legs are nice and spaced out. Very nice expression. Eyelids, everything looks really good. Chest looks good. Body looks good. Only thing I could see where she might get a point or two knocked off is her front legs could be a little bit more aligned. This is definitely a pose I would use and am probably going to use. Just her front legs could be a little tiny bit more aligned, but other than that, she's pretty perfect. So I will save that one. November 18. And then sometimes I just keep a shirt on my Siamese cats just so that when they come out, they're ready to go. Doesn't really matter though. So that is the close method for the Siamese cats. I have two that I have to pose, but I'm going to try and keep this video as short as possible. So let's go back to the playpen. So next we have Canoe the tabby. So with these guys, these are pretty much normal cats. Most of your cats will be able to pose with just the camera. Double check, make sure everything is still good in here. She's wanting to climb up the wall. Alright, so we're going to bring her over here. And I'm just going to click and get her aligned. Again, with the cats, you want them just a little tiny bit unaligned. And then she was super quick to pose. With cats, you normally don't have to click the camera too many times before they go into a pose. Sometimes I click it 3 times, and you look for when they jump back, and then just wait a second, and they usually go into a pose. So with her, she could have been turned a little bit more to the left. Again, her front legs are a little bit, you can barely see the back leg, and her legs back here could be a little more spaced out. I'm going to save this picture because it's still a really good one and I would use it, but let's see if we can't get a better one. So if they go into like this, you just click in front of them, get their attention again. And then I just slowly take pictures. And there she jumped back, and take a picture right as that tail curves over the back. So her alignment is better in this one. Not by much, but it is better. And it's probably about as good as we're going to get. So I'm going to go ahead and save that one. I'm going to see if I can get her tail to look a little bit better. It just looked a little lumpy. We might just have to deal with that. But let's just try one more. So now I'm just going to click 3 times. And see if we can't get a better picture. So again, very good picture. Alignment is awesome. Looks like a little bit more space in the back legs. I could be wrong, but to me it looks like it. And her tail looks pretty good. I mean, it still has a little flat spot right there, but it's pretty good, and I think it's about the best that we're going to get. I'm just going to say Canoe number 18. So we're going to put her away, and next up we have Mambo. So I wanted to use at least one, like a more showy file. The tail doesn't move, like at all. And, you know, if you're not showing a more Petsy breed, then I just wanted to show you what to look for in a more showy type file. So again, we're just going to click the camera. Just going to jump back, and in a showy file, I look for when they're breathing. So as soon as they breathe out, you'll see their back go kind of like this, and that's the moment that you take a picture. And this is a great pose. Tail looks nice, which it mostly always will, because it's an Adball tail instead of a Petsy tail that moves. The back leg is awesome and straight. The feet look great. They're all flat. It's a really nice pose, very nice alignment. His breathing point is great. I really couldn't get a better pose out of him, so I will use that one. But just so you can see the difference, I'm going to do one more with him. And see if I can't get a bad breathing pose or bad breathing point. So if I were to take a picture right away, instead of waiting that 1 second for him to breathe out, his back isn't as puffed out. You can see it's a little bit skinnier, and it looks like steps. His back leg is not straight now. Again, you get the steps kind of a thing. Everything else looks nice still. You could probably still place with that, I guess, but it just doesn't look as good as when he's fully puffed out and everything looks good. So instead of judging by the tail, judge by how they breathe on a more showy file. So now we have an orange short hair. With them, you got to use the door method. I think they might do it for the perfume too. You just spray them, and they jump around, and then sometimes they go in a pose. Here we go. You get a pretty good expression and everything. You got to, and you know, you can do a left or a right pose. Right poses are more common. So you can use the perfume method on there. I don't know if you get like the correct expression with them or not. The best method I've found with my orange short hairs is just the door method. You just bring them out, put your hand over here so that hopefully they get straight. And sometimes they go in a pose and sometimes they don't. I like to have more than one orange short hair that needs to get a pose so that you can just send one back in, bring out another one. And sometimes it just takes a few tries, but usually you get a nice pose out of them. I believe you can use this method with calicos too, and with calicos you want their eyelids to be as straight as possible, and I heard that using this door method with a calico you get more level eyelids. I haven't tested the theory yet, but if you have a calico, you might want to test it out and see if it helps you get straighter eyelids. Oh, you were meowing. Look at that face. I have to save it just because the face is funny. So let's keep trying. Sometimes it takes a while. You guys gotta just be patient with this breed. There we go. That's a pretty good pose. I think the tail could be a little bit more curved over the back. But alignment looks great. Head, everything else looks great. Just the tail, it could probably be a little bit more curved. Just barely. I'll save that one. Let's see if we can't get a better one though. So there's another nice picture. Tail doesn't really look much better. I think I like the alignment better on the other one. There he's just a little bit turned towards me. All in all, still really good and usable. Definitely, you could totally use that pose if you wanted to. I'll save it and double check when I open them up which one I want to use. But anyways, you guys get the idea. Just be patient and eventually you will get a really nice pose out of your orange short hair. Okay. And then we have alley cats. Alley cats are fun. They do all sorts of mean things when you take pictures of them, and it's just funny. So, I don't know. Her weight might be a little bit too much, so I'm going to bring her down a little bit. 50 would probably be good. You don't want her to look too skinny, but you also don't want her to look overweight and fat. So, with alley cats, it takes a while to get them to pose. You can do it by just taking pictures. You can get a nice pose out of an alley cat with the picture method. It can take a while though, because they hate getting their picture taken, as you can see. I think the perfume works on them. I don't really use the perfume. So there's a nice picture. Legs could be a little bit more aligned. Other than that, it's pretty good. I don't know if the expression is right or not. It's been a long time since I've shown alley cats. I will save that one, and then I'm gonna see if I can't get a picture with the camera, and then we can kind of compare them and see which one is better. we're just going to keep taking pictures until we get a nice pose. To say the perfume is definitely much faster than the camera method. She hates me right now. There we go. I don't know if I caught the tail right or not. The tails are always funky looking. But that's a pretty good pose. She looks more aligned in this one. You can see the hate in her eyes. So I'm going to save that. Let's open them both up. And see which one is. Yeah. So her tail looks better in this one. It's a little bit out in the camera method one. But the expression is much better in the camera method versus the perfume. And the perfume one, she looks kind of dazed. And this one, she has the proper Alley Cat attitude look. So I'd definitely go with this one over this one. She's got a little bit more space in her back legs back here versus this one. But I just like her alignment better in this one. So yeah, overall, camera method, probably the best method. Not the fastest method, but you can get it. And I'll probably just use that one. Her tail's not the greatest, but I would use that one. So there you go. That's how to pose your Alley Cat. Then let's see here. We have Zeus or Honey Bear. Big cat. This will be the last one I do. And he will pose pretty much just like the normal cats, just like the tabbies and stuff. You don't have to do anything special. And yeah, that one looks good. His feet are nice and aligned, nice and spaced, tail's nice and curved. As curved as it will be, everything looks really nice. So I'm just going to save that one and we'll use that one. Timer 18. So there you go. A few different cat breeds. Most of them will pose super easy with the camera. Just wait for them to jump back and curve that tail over or breathe out if you're doing a showy breed. And, you know, orange short hair, Siamese, and Alley Cats take a little bit longer to do. Just kind of have to mess around with what works for you. So hope that helped. Enjoy. And I'll see you in the show rings.